Hello students, welcome back to Engineers Academy. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, kindly subscribe my channel. I am going to solve this problem 381. In this problem it is said that the 25 kg rectangular access door is held in the 90-degree open position by the single prop CD. So we have this prop CD and this is that door which has a mass of 25 kg. It is said that determine the force F in the prop. So we are asked to find the force F in this CD support and the magnitude of the force normal to the hinge axis AB in each of the small hinges A and B. We represent the force in this prop as a vector, so then this will be that vector and that vector will be acting from point D towards C, right? So this is, let's say, that force vector. And similarly we will have reactions at point A, which will be, let's say that the reaction at point A along Y is acting like this. This is our positive X, this is our positive Y, and this is our positive Z, right? So there will be a reaction, let's say, in the positive Y direction. Let's say this is AY, and similarly we will have one reaction in this direction, let's say. So let's say that this is AZ, and similarly there will be a reaction along the X direction. So let's say this is AX. Similarly we will have reactions at this point B as well, right? So let me draw those reactions as well. So let's say that this is the reaction at point B along Y, right? So we can write that this is BY, let's say. Similarly there will be a reaction at B along Z, right? So let me put it here. So this will be BZ, and let's say that there is a reaction along X as well, right, at point B. So let's say that this is BX and this access door has its own weight, so that weight will be acting at the geometric center of this door. So let me draw that weight as well. So that weight will be acting somewhere here. Let's say that this is the point of application of that weight is, let's say, point G, right? So this is the center of gravity of this access door. To find the magnitude of this force, what we will do, first I will find the vector representation of this force, right? So for that we will find the coordinates of this point C and this point D, right? So if this is the origin, right? So if we write the coordinates of point C, let me write the coordinates of point C. We have to travel from this point A to this point, and this is along Y, right? So along Y we have to travel how much distance? So as we can see that this length is 1200 mm, right? So this length, let's say that this is the width of this door. So the width of this door is 1200 mm, right? So and this is in the Y direction, right? So 1200 divided by 1000 will be 1.2 meters, right? And similarly then we have to travel this much distance along Z, right? So this much distance is 300 mm. So 300 divided by 1000, so that will be the coordinates of C along Z. So to reach this point C, first we have to travel along Y, and that distance is 1200 mm, right? So this is 1.2 meters, and this is along Z we have to travel 0.3. And since this point C is in the YZ plane, so there is no need to travel along X, right? So we will write 0. So these coordinates are in meters, remember. Then we have to find the coordinates of point D, right? So to reach this point D, first we have to travel this much distance, right? So along X we have to travel 1200 mm, right? So I will write that this is minus 1.2, and then this much distance we will travel this much distance along Y, right? So this distance is how much? So this distance is this 600 mm, right? So this is 0.6, and this distance is along Y, right? And since this point D is in the XY plane, right? So remember, this point D is in the XY plane, so there is no need to travel along Z, right? So we have to write 0. So these are the coordinates of point D in meters. Now to find the force vector, so force vector will be equal to this will be force magnitude into the unit vector and dc, right? And this will be equal to 4 magnitude, and this will be dc vector divided by dc magnitude, right? So to find this dc vector, what we will do, we will subtract the coordinates of d from c, right? So I will write f, and dc vector will be, first we will subtract the coordinates of d from c, so this will be 0 minus 1.2, 0 minus 1.2, and this will be along I. Similarly plus, and this will be 1.2 minus 0.6, right? So this will be 0.6 j, and similarly 0.3 minus 0, so then this will be 0.3 k. So this is we can write that this is 0.6 j directly, and this is plus 1.2 I, right? So we can write it directly, so this will be plus 1.2 I, and then we will find the magnitude of this vector as well. So then this will be 1.2 square plus 0.6 square plus 0.3 square under the root. So let me find this. So now when we solve this, so this is that force vector, right? So we can represent this force vector like this, right? So then what we will do is that we will find the moment of this force at point A, right? So we will find the moment due to this force at point A. So I will write it like this, and we will first we will have a moment arm for this force, right? So we can consider this as the moment arm, right? So we can consider RAD as the moment arm for this force, right? So if I draw that moment arm, right, so this will be the moment arm for this force. So this is RAD, right? And we will take the cross product of RAD with this force vector, right? So this will give us the moment at this point A, the moment at this hinge due to this force, right? And then what we will do is that we will find the moment at A due to the weight, right? And we will consider the moment arm for this weight. This is that weight, and the moment arm for this weight will be RAG, right? So I will write RAG cross weight vector, right? And similarly we will find the moment at A due to the reaction B. So here we have that B reaction, right? So the moment arm for this B will be this RAB, right? So I will write RAB cross B vector, right? So once we find all the moments of these three vectors, so then what we will do is that we will add up the moments of these we will add all these moments, and then we will get the unknowns, right? Since the reactions at A is not will not be able to produce the moment at point A, right? So we will not consider them in our equations, right? So first let me find the moment at A due to force F, right? So for that we have to find this moment arm vector. Now to find this moment arm vector, what we need to do is that we have to find the coordinates of point D, right? So yes, we have the coordinates of point D, so we can directly write this RAD vector, right? So I can write this RAD vector. So since the A is the origin, right, so we can directly represent this moment arm vector in terms of these D coordinates, right? So I will write minus 1.2 I plus 0.6 j and plus 0 k, right? So this is our AD moment arm vector, and we have this force vector, right? So now we can find the moment at A due to F by using the cross product method. So I will write it by using the determinant method. I will find it by using this method. So this is I, j and k, right? And this is minus 1.2, 0.6 and 0, and then we can write 1.2, 0.6 and 0.3, right? And we will write this fraction outside of this matrix, right? So this determinant, so I will write it like this: F divided by 1.375. so this will be equal to F divided by 1.375, and first we will write this and this, and so we will write this 0.6 into 0.3, right? So 0.3 into 0.6 minus, and this is 0, right? So we can write it directly. So then this will be I. Then I will write minus. For j we write minus to find the determinant, right? So this is minus, and then we will hide this column, right? So we will hide this, and then we will take the determinant of this. So then this will be minus 1.2 into 0.3, and this is minus 0, right? So this will be j, and then we will hide this column, and then we will find the determinant of this, right? So we will write plus, and this will be minus 1.2 into 0.6, and this will be again minus, and this is 1.2 into 0.6 again, right? So, and this is k. So let me solve this first. So the moment at A due to this force F is equal to this, and then we will multiply it by this fraction, right? So this is F divided by 1.375, right? So this is the moment at A due to force F. Then we will find the moment at A due to the weight. The moment at A due to the weight. So this is equal to, so then RAG. So first we have to find the coordinates of this G, right? So the coordinates of G. So to reach this point G, we need to travel half of the distance, half of the width, right? So this W is width, right? So I will write width. So we will travel half of the width in the y direction. So the width is 1200 mm, right? So this is 1200 divided by 2. So this is 0.6, and then we need to travel this much distance. So this total length of this door is 100 plus 300, so this is 1300. So 1300 divided by 2. So this is 0.65 along z, right? And since this point G is in the YZ plane, so there is no need to travel along X, right? So this 0.6 is along Y, and this is along Z, right? And there is no need to travel along X, right? So these are the coordinates of point G. So now we can represent that our AG vector directly in terms of these coordinates, since point A is the origin, right? So I will write our AG directly. So this will be 0.6J plus 0.65K. This is our AG vector cross, and the weight vector, right? So the weight vector, so the weight magnitude is 25 into 9.81, and the weight is acting vertically downward, so that is in the negative x, right? So we will write minus I, right? So we can find the moment of this weight directly at point A, right? So let me draw this. So when we multiply this, so this will be 0 minus 25 into 9.81 into 0.6, and j cross I. So j cross I is minus k, right? So this is j cross I, so this will become plus, right? And then we will multiply this, so then this will be minus 25 into 9.81 into 0.65, and k cross I. So k cross I is j, right? So I will write j. Now I will find the moment at point A due to the reaction B, right? So now we can write this is our cross product equation, right? So this we can find the moment at point A due to B using this formula, right? So RAB. So this is our RAB, right? So we need to find the coordinates of point B. So the coordinates of point B, so as we can see that point B is on the Z axis, so there is no need to travel along X, there is no need to travel along Y, and only we need to travel the 1300 mm length, right? So this is 1.3 along Z, right? So these are the coordinates of point B, and since A is the origin, so we can directly write it, the RAB vector like this. So this will be minus 1.3k, and we will take the cross product with this B vector, right? So we can represent that B vector like this. So this will be BXI plus BYJ plus bzk, right? So we have this, and bx, by and bz, all the components are unknown, right? So we can write it like this. So then this will be 1.3 into bx and k cross I. So k cross I is j, and then we will have 1.3 by and k cross j. So k cross j is minus I, right? So we will write minus I, and then this will be plus 1.3 bz, and k cross k is 0, right? So there is no need to write this. So now this is the moment at A due to B reaction. This is the moment at A due to weight, and this is the moment at A due to the force in the prop, right? So now if we apply the summation of moment along z axis is equals to 0, since the system is in equilibrium, right? So we will add up all the z components of these moments, right? So we can write that the moment at A due to F along Z is this much. This is minus 1.44 multiplied by this, right? So we can write that this will be minus 1.44 F divided by 1.375. So as we can see that this weight is producing the moment about the Z axis, right? So we will add up this as well, right? So this will be plus 25 into 9.81 into 0.6, right? So we will add up only the magnitudes of the moment at A along Z, right? So I will write the moment at A along Z, right? So this is the summation of moment at A along Z, and we will take it equal to 0. So as we can see that in this equation only the F is unknown. So using this equation we will be able to find the magnitude of the F in that prop, right? And in that prop CD. So we can write that this F will be equal to, this is minus, right, and this will become negative on the other side. So this will be minus 25 into 9.81 into 0.6, and this will be multiplied with 1.375 and divided by 1.44. If we divide it by minus, so then this will become plus. So when I solve this, so we will get the magnitude of that force in that prop CD. So let me solve this. So the force magnitude in the prop CD comes out to be 140.5 newtons, right? So this is one unknown that was required, right? As we can see here, right? This is 140.5 newtons. Now we will apply the summation of moment at A along x equals to 0, right? So the summation of moment at A along x equals to 0, right? So as we can see that this force is also producing the moment along x, right? So the magnitude of that moment is F divided by 1.375 into this 0.18, right? So I will write 0.18, right? Let me write it in some other color, right? So this is 0.18 into F divided by 1.375, and as we can see that this weight is not producing the moment about x-axis, right? Since it's parallel with the x-axis, so we have no component of this moment along x. So only this b vector is producing the moment along x, right? And this is minus 1.3, so we will write minus 1.3 by, and this will be equal to 0. So this will give us the magnitude of the by, the component of b along y, right? So I will write by, and this will be minus 0.18, and now we know the magnitude of F, right? So F magnitude is 140.5 divided by 1.375 and divided by minus 1.3, right? So this is minus 1.3. So this will give us the reaction along Y at this hinge B, right? Similarly, if we apply the summation of moment at point A along Y equals to 0. So again this force is producing the moment at A along the Y axis, right? So I will write 0.36 into F divided by 1.375, and this weight is producing the moment about Y as well, right? So this is the magnitude of that moment, right? So I will write minus 25 into 9.81 into 0.65. And as we can see that this B is also producing the moment along Y as well, right? So we will have to add up this as well, right? So we will write plus 1.3 Bx equals to 0. So in this equation we have only this Bx unknown, right? So we will be able to find this Bx. Now when we simplify this equation, so from this ratio we get this 0.262 and this gives us minus 159.41 and this is 1.3 Bx, right? So we want to find this Bx, so then this will be plus, this will become plus on the other side and this will become negative, and we know the magnitude of force F as well, right? So we can write this as 140.5, and if we divide this by 1.3, so we will get the Bx magnitude. So let me solve this, find this By magnitude and this Bx magnitude first. So when we solve this, so By, the reaction at B along Y magnitude comes out to be 14.15 Newton, and the reaction at B along X magnitude comes out to be 94.31, right? Now to find the components magnitude of the reaction at A, so what we will do is that we will find the summation of forces along Y equals to 0, right? So this is the moment at A due to F, right? So now we will add up all the components of forces along Y, right? So as we can see that this force has this component along Y, right? So I will write 0.6 into F, which is 140.5. The magnitude of F is 140.5 divided by 1.375, right? So this is the component of force along Y, right? And then we will write plus, and as we can see that this By is along Y, right? So we will write plus By, and the magnitude of By we have already determined, so this is 14.15, so I will write 14.15. and similarly we have this Ay component, so I will write plus Ay, and this will be equal to 0, right? So this will give us the magnitude of the reaction at A along Y. So Ay comes out to be minus 75.46 newtons. Now we will apply the summation of forces along X equals to 0. So we will add up all the components of the forces along X, right? So this force vector has this component of this magnitude in the X direction, right? So we will write 1.2 into F. So F is 140.5 divided by its magnitude, so 1.375. So this is the component of the force F along X. Similarly we have this Bx along X, right? So we will write plus, and the magnitude of Bx we have determined is 94.3, so I will write 94.31, right? And then we will write plus Ax, and this is equal to 0. So this will give us the magnitude of the component at A along X. In this equation we have missed the weight magnitude as well, since this weight is only acting in the X direction, right? So we have to add that weight as well, right? So that weight is acting in the negative X direction, so I will write minus, this is 25 into 9.81, right? So this is acting in the negative X direction, so we have to add up this component as well, right? This weight as well, so this will be equal to 0. So this will give us the magnitude of the reaction at A along X. So using this equation, Ax comes out to be 28.32 newtons, right? So as we can see that the magnitude of this Ay comes out to be negative, right? So this means that in reality the Ay is acting in the opposite direction, so we have to reverse the direction of this Ay, right? So now in this problem, as we can see that it is said that determine the force F magnitude, and the magnitude of the force normal to the hinge axis is AB, right? So we have to find the magnitude of that reactions which are normal to these two hinges, right? So this Bx and this By, they are normal to this B hinge, and this Ax and this Ay, they are normal to this hinge, right? So we are only asked to find the magnitude of this Ax, Ay, Bx and By, right? So if we find the normal magnitude at hinge A, so then this will be equal to ax square plus ay square under the root 2, right? So we have ax and ay, right? So we will put them in this formula, and then we will get the reaction at the normal reaction at A, the magnitude of the normal reaction at A, right? So this is 28.32 whole square plus minus 75.46 whole square, and this will be under the root 2. So this will give us 80.6 newtons. And similarly, to find Bn, the normal reaction magnitude at B, right? So we will write it like this. So then this will be Bx square plus By square, right? So then this will be Bx is 94.31 whole square plus 14.15 whole square under the root 2. So this will give us 95.4 newtons. So now this is the complete solution of this problem, right? So this is the magnitude of the normal reaction at A, and this is the magnitude of the normal reaction at B, and the force F has a magnitude of 140.5 newtons.